It's that time of year where everybody is wrapping up their favorites of 2025. I gotta hop on the bandwagon, and today we are going to showcase the best of 2025 for all of my favorite complexion products. Stay tuned in the next coming days for blushes, bronzers, lip glosses, eye products, all those things. But today is my favorite category by a long shot. I am a complexion girl through and through. I obsess over foundation, concealer, powder because what? I grew up with not the best complexion, let's just say. And it is something that I'm still obsessed with this to this day and something that I love to test more than anything in the world. So these are my favorite complexion products. Some of them are new to 2025. Some of them are just ones I discovered since starting my channel, which was in 2025. So it's a little mix for you today. Okay, I found some amazing complexion products, and the first I'll start off with is Skin Tints. I have three. Couldn't help myself. Okay, the first one is the newest one. It is the Giorgio Armani Luminous, what is it called? Skin tint. It's just their skin tint. This is in the shade L3. It is such an amazing, lightweight, undetectable, but long wearing skin tint. It just gives the most beautiful, lightweight coverage that sets down to perfection. It lasts all day long. It gives just like a second skin finish that's satiny. It's not matte. Sorry, I'm dropping stuff all over the place. It's not matte. It's not too luminous. It's just this beautiful satin. Again, I can't even like talk highly enough about this stuff on my skin. It's just stunning. And again, when I first put it on, I'm like, oh, okay, it just looks like any other skin tint. What's the big deal? But as it sets and as it wears throughout the day, it just gets better and better and better. And I just am so happy with the longevity and the wonderful everyday beautifulness that this gives my skin. Okay, if I'm wanting something like a little more amped up, I go for the Kylie skin tint. Sorry, it is very ugly and well loved, but this is the shade 3.5W. It definitely is a warmer tone, as you will see. But it's like a mix between a foundation and a skin tint in that it gives a decent amount of coverage, but again, it's got a beautiful finish. It's kind of satiny, it's not luminous, it's not matte, blends easily, really covers any redness and imperfections, gives me longevity, blends seamlessly. Like this is like dummy proof. It's a really good price point. You could get it at Shoppers Drug Mart here in Canada. Yeah, this is just such a great find. I will repurchase this when I run out. Every time I put it back on, it's just the perfect everyday kind of amped up skin tint, I would say. And then for something with a bit of SPF, I don't even want to show you this, you guys. It's so well loved, but it's my Tower 28 Sunny Days Broad Spectrum Skin Tint. And this shade is 20. This is my good winter shade. I use 30 in the summer and mix it with my 20. But this, again, it gives a bit more coverage, I would say, than some of your typical skin tints. But the fact that it's SPF 30, it is so, I'm actually liking it even more now in the winter than I do in the summer because my skin's a bit dehydrated, it's a bit dry, and this just gives me such a healthy, luminous glow. It's probably the most glowy out of all the ones I've showed you so far. But I love it as SPF. I know, especially in the wintertime here, I cannot wear an SPF underneath. I can just use this and get away with it. I don't know if that's recommended, but I do it sometimes. And it's just, I can use my hands and just like massage it into my skin like a moisturizer, and I get a beautiful amount of coverage. I look healthy, I look glowy, I look like my skin has had a big drink of water, and it gives me the right amount of coverage that I'm looking for day to day. So those three winners for me in the skin tint department. For foundations, I'm going to talk about three. The first one was a beautiful drugstore find. This is the L'Oreal Infallible, holy cow, L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, and I have the shade 204 here. I found this when I was doing my Battle of the Foundations, and for a drugstore complexion product, oh my word, this is just stunning in that it's not a heavy cakey matte foundation, but it's not too luminous for us combo girls. It gives a beautiful, like, again, man, can you tell I kind of like satin finishes? This is the theme this video, but it gives a satin finish with like a subtle glow and not an obscene glow, because let me tell you, I've tried some drugstore and products from Sephora, like the Makeup by Mario Original Foundation, a few drugstore products. I'm trying to think off the top of my head now, but nothing's coming to me. I mean, there's foundations out there that are meant to be more luminous, and on someone with pores like me, texture like me, a bit of a combo T-zone like me, it is horrendous, like horrific. It just accentuates everything. This does not. This is, again, it's the picture of health on your skin. It gives like a medium coverage, I would say, blends in beautifully, stays on so well. So if you're more of a foundation gal, but you want something day to day that doesn't break the bank, this is a winner. And okay, next I'll talk about kind of my favorite one that I found this year for like more of a high glam, like night out moment. This surprised me, but I really do like the Natasha Denona. I thought it would be again too luminous for me, but this is actually the foundation I decided to wear for my brother's wedding in September. And the fact that I picked like not a matte full coverage foundation and I picked this one instead says something. Okay, so I'm just going to swatch YN6 and N9. YN6 actually works well with me right now in the winter months. N9 is too dark, but it worked really well for me in the summer. So this is the YN9. This is the YN6 N9. This really does set down in my T-zone, and over time, it really does help minimize the oil. I do have a foundation I would pick over this one that I'm going to show as my favorite one of the year right away, but this one surprisingly does over time control the oil more than I thought it ever would. It gives full coverage, but it doesn't look like a mask. Like that new Charlotte Tilbury matte foundation, I would choose this a million times over that one because it does give full coverage, but it gives you a natural, healthy glow to the skin at the same time. And when I set this down with my powders and I use a setting spray on all the things, I do get decent oil control. Sometimes I do powder it a little bit, but again, I'd way rather, especially at this phase of my life, I'd way rather pick this over a full beat matte. Sorry, my little guy ran by. But what I was saying is I would choose this over a full beat matte full coverage foundation any day. I think for my phase of life, this is chef's kiss. But my favorite by far that I found this year, and I didn't get it that long ago, but I just think it is amazing, is the Makeup by Mario Natural. I don't know, it's the natural skin finish one. Don't quote me. I'm so bad with the names, you guys. Natural Finish Foundation. I think this is freaking amazing. And I think by far, I've tried a lot of skin products this year. This is my favorite by a long shot. It gives great coverage, lasts all day, controls my oil, gives a natural satin finish. The color range is okay. There's a little bit of like an olive-y theme, an olive undertone theme from what I see. That's my maybe only complaint. But oh my gosh, I just am blown away every time I use this. It is, I think if you're someone that loves a skin tint, but you maybe want something a little bit more for the odd time, or maybe you're finding that you want a little bit more coverage, but you prefer a lightweight, airless feel. You want something that is undetectable in a way, but still gives really good coverage and feels like nothing. Like literally feels like you have nothing on your skin. This is a winner. I'm so impressed by this. I, yeah, that's all I can say. Just trust me. This is so good. So good. Winner out of all my complexion products this year by a long shot. And last but not least are my favorite concealers. I only picked two, although Tower 28 is so new to me, but like I'm grabbing it almost every day at this point. So, but I picked two, and I picked the ones that I have used the most this year. First being the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I have the shade 2N. What a beautiful concealer. It is just really nice. It is a more full coverage, but it doesn't move when you put it on. And I, again, with my skin type, I love that. It doesn't settle into any lines for me. I do use a really light hand with it though, and I don't use a lot of product. Like I like tap it on and blend it out, and it gives me really good coverage. It covers my redness, covers any imperfections and blemishes. I use it a lot for blemishes as well. It's beautiful. It's matte. It's not super hydrating though, so beware. But for me, I used it all the time. And then I discovered Natasha in May because I went to the States and finally got my hands on it. This is shade P3. Again, something with a lot of pigment, similar to the Estee Lauder. It has a little bit more, I would say a little bit more nourishing and doesn't set down as quickly as my Estee Lauder does. You can tell it's a bit more brightening on me, so I tend to grab it when I do feel like I want to brighten my under eyes a little bit more because it does do that really well for me. I don't really use it on blemishes or anything like that. I kind of use it right under my eyes and kind of near the side of my nose, whereas the Estee Lauder I use all over the flippin' place because it's great. So those are my two favorite concealers. They're definitely more for someone with my skin type for sure, but I know people love Natasha, so I think all skin types would love that one for sure. And I have two powders to show you. My two favorite powders. The first one is a no-brainer. It is Huda in Cupcake. Use this every single day. I don't even touch anything else to set my face. It is everyday wear for me. Sorry, I have three products, you guys. Sorry. The third one is these Cloud Light powders. These Cloud Light powders, they have replaced all my Hourglass for me. They are luminous. They do set. They aren't like chunky glittery though, or like they don't look like you have a spotlight on your face. They just set everything down with a beautiful amount of that lit from within candlelit glow that Hourglass is so well known for. These are a fraction of the price and do the same thing in my opinion. I really like these. I use Sunrise on my cheeks and my forehead and my chin. If I want some extra brightening, I use Dawn under my eyes and kind of beside my nose. And then I use the shade Sunset as a bronzer. It does have a bit more of like a reddish undertone, I would say, but it gives a really natural sun-kissed glow to my skin. And then this one, okay, you know, I really like this one because I had to repurchase it twice this year. I bought it, then I lost it. I bought it, and then the powder fell out and broke, and then I bought it again. So you know it's good. It is the reformulated Studio Fix Powder Plus Foundation. I have the shade N6.5, okay? This I have in my bag at all times when I leave the house. I love this because when I'm looking more oily or things are just looking like they've faded away or that I'm not looking as fresh and like, you know, put together anymore, this has pigment in it compared to a lot of other pressed powders that just kind of get rid of the glow. This has some pigment in it. So it really does instantly refresh my complexion. It instantly makes it look like I just look fresh and good again. It eliminates redness, it eliminates anything like that. This, again, it instantly makes me look better when I wear it. I just take it and I just like powder where I want it. I cannot live without this, to be honest. Like when I don't have it on me, especially when I'm out at dinner and out at an event, it's like my comfort blanket where I'm like, oh, I just need to like freshen up. This is what I use. And I use a fluffy brush if I want just a more subtle amount of coverage. I just want to sweep over and just kind of, again, like freshen everything up. But if I really want to add more pigment and coverage, I use this little thing it comes with. I just am really impressed by it. I never used the original Studio Fix, so I can't comment on the reformulation, but I'm happy with this. I think it's great. I think it does a really good job for me, and it's my favorite pressed powder for sure this year. And that is it, you guys. That is part one of my favorites of 2025, all my favorite complexion products. Next video will either be blushes or bronzers or both, and then we'll keep going through with lips and eyes to show you everything that I discovered or everything that I've continued to love through 2025. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.